I was just finishing up our beloved brother's video. I had like about another, I still got like another 5 minutes. It's good though. It's good information. Hold on, let me check, let me scrap this light on. It just went live by us. I didn't hit nothing, y'all. It just went live. So that's just peak volumes on. You know what I'm saying? Let me straighten this out. Alright. There we go. No guns and all that stuff in the picture. It don't matter whether it's airsoft or not. They have real airsoft rifles that I was looking at. I was going to buy another shotgun, and then Cordova was acting stupid. These people, I guess they just think everybody in the world is dumb, so they got all the dumb people in certain positions in this world. But anyway, I'm going to play some music and let everybody come on in. I got to run downstairs and turn this oven off. I actually got to go back out. But I'm going to let this, what's wrong, y'all? Okay, just look at this lady. Let's go ahead and jam this up a little bit. My back is still, it's hurting. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you just send me some good stuff, beloved. Send me some good stuff, beloved. ToLU'S J. Keep it fine.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all.
I'm gonna turn this oven off.
Nah. I'm really down on y'all.
Damn, my back is good.
Feathers up. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Mic-Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the sci-fi. Third eye gang cyclops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying die ops. From the skybox, I got scope on you pilgrims. Don't spoke with some real ones. Some of our folks are still dumb, deaf and blind to the fact that blood we gon' have to spill some. Warrior spirits inside me. That's where it's real from. The world's a stage, page after page, script is played out. They keep us engaged, placate or rage. This is played out. Rules of a dying society should be disobeyed out. Forehead and knees off the floor should have been prayed out. The draft is on, coach no issue. Coulda blowed it in tissue. Now it's control who blows the whistle to who holds the pistols. The debacle's about who owes who the fiscal. It's regarding the Aboriginals issue. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Mic-Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. A fool is known by his speech, yet if I don't speak, I suffer defeat. I'm other than we, a sucker or me. Stand on 2 feet, or turn the other cheek. The wise man known by his silence, mostly disguised compliance. Silence by guidance from conspiring connivance. Other aspirants of violence, tyrants I'm firing. Striding the giants through hydrant, I'm striding defiant. And environs of migrants, I'm hearing the sirens. Ring in my ear, they've got indictments. These pedophiles, queers, groupies, and hype men. Alignments, the assignment. I'm not the wisest, I'm non-pliant. My refinement and confinement, the requirements for this climate. Y'all push all the paperwork, or y'all can protest, but they can't escape this work. I vow to progress, don't duck, no wreck. Drill music for real. My soul they don't possess. Real foolish with no deal. Ain't playing with none of them. It's personal, know what the business is. Big Mom says come full circle, so vacate the premises. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau or Mic-Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bound or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Mic-Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Akichiwa. So, y'all really thought that I was done with y'all. Nah, I'm really down on y'all.
You keep scratching too much.
Feathers up.
You keep scratching the brother too much, man.
We not going back and forth about this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fact: yellow, white, red, brown, black. Mau Mau, Mic-Mac, whether earth is round or flat. We want our shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side.
Oh, let me see if this is the one.
Feels like we're backsliding.
I'm probably not gonna get no marketing or promotion for this one.
Feels like we're backsliding.
I ain't tripping though.
Feels like we're backsliding.
Most of these rappers are buying streams to be heard and seen. In a computer program reality, I'm here to John Connor these machines. You dig? Yeah. It's your fact I'm not speaking on trapping for bags and cake tweaking on some tracking order to make her ass shake. Tom Brady's passing Harris and LeBron's fast break. NBA young boys beef with Dirk or if you ain't smash rate. Topic switch keeps us hostages of the magistrate as they catch tax race. Out cash stay in the cash race. I drag race although they want me in last place. I pass straight. I'm King Cobra, they just scratch snakes.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
In contrast to a fast rate, in time one comes from smash grace. Weight of the world on my shoulders stacked on backaches. And on fact, place the system tried to castrate. Who would I died in prison, but I was driven like a fast freight. Wealth of my soul was help, I am mass crate. Sagacious as a vast lake, dangerous as the vast straight. Here to expose those foes who impose mass rape on our people and land mass look past the bash face.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
Pay attention, y'all.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
They call it the great reset. Transhumanism, cryptocurrency, variants, vaccine passports ran concurrently. Jobs lost, food shortages, jab used internally to keep using for all next subjects of servitude. Locked in a blockchain, a fake plane of urgency. Walls put around the White House as they feign emergency. Whole time kill the stock exchanges, certainly, definitely. Empty NFTs push fervently.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
I hope y'all paying attention.
Feels like we're backsliding.
Cause you get
Feels
stiff.
like we're backsliding.
The switch from fire to digital means they hoping to keep the original shareholders of the land in a broken video game through a non-fungible token, giving the individual notion that now one's controlling their holdings. Worse than a non-refundable note when a pale-faced name Kevin McCoy's net worth is growing. Same switch will be used to control the ebb and flow in every Bitcoin store or purchase saddle sheet, Nakamoto winch.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
This one reason why they encourage drinking and smoking. Where every day there's a new distraction, some commotion. They prefer us sitting around getting fat, laughing, joking, anniversary reality mechanisms for coping. Technological elixir, black humos are soaked in DNA modification, AI invoking. They've been showing and telling us their goals in the open. I've chosen to expose them in their market and promotion.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding.
Show my people. Watch out for the false flags, but know that this war is real. And it's their agenda to wipe us clean off this earth, at least those of us whose DNA is still intact. When they guard you. Which path will you take? You are the glitch the system is afraid of.
Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels like we're backsliding. Feels
I
like
could care
we're
less about their
backsliding.
market and promotion. Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. Turtle Island. This is for my peoples. Draw. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating, too much you can but you snaking, too much of a friend yet you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating, you too much of an Asian. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing, dilated peoples, stark amazement, top chart chasing, your heart racing, spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much in my paint can graffiti art, spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day, breaking too much, these moths operate through too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Now with all the fake check-ins, either you from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a half. They displace you engine, replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, last session agreements, a fake space. View engine change, dates to purposely misplace you engine. Shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, that person, old caps on them contracts, legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? Oh, an engine, no one is coming to save you. Degrade you, world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you down to a remix of religion. A graven image that reach at the same station. They played you, engine, the same unseen hand. You just straight case, slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Everything they on. Hold fast, let me get that. Out the big that, gift rap, not with rhetoric. Shit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for a itch or scratch. Rich stack for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary get shipment that don't kiss back. Shit swag, we hit and get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shifati, shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Morris, Cornerstone, fraternal orders up.
And the Turtles, Solutions, good bid, bro. On Mac. Still, what's up, baby girl?
Broken promises, home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines lay lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land to the source. Golden corners, roll the
I gotta get some more cat to it, alright? The side is killing me, bro. It's not my kidneys, man. It's that fucking muscle I pulled. Started acting up again last night. I was laying in bed, I was laying wrong. It's just, you know what I mean?
All you corporations, all you different nationalities, anything that isn't American engine, you need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. We understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers do. Akichiwa.
What's cracking? I ain't gonna let the music play for long. I gotta make something to eat, but the side is killing me, yo. It's right, well, it's not the side, it's right where the damn pull the muscle at. This is, it was strained. Well, it's pulled. That's what, anyway, it's healing, but I was laying kind of jacked up on my back, and then I went to my side. You know, I like to lay on my left side, but I went and laid on my right side, and I had the pillow I usually put between my legs. Sometimes when I'm laying on my side, I put it on under me. Now that brings you, and I didn't mean to go to sleep like that. You know what I'm saying? So when I woke up, I was with the roll out of the bed. I was like, whoa. I didn't run no cold water, nothing. I just said, you know what? It's gonna have to deal with this. I like it. That sounds crazy, I know. Anyway, y'all see it's distortions, right? Frequency distortions. First, I want to read a note. Okay, I have a couple things I want to read also, but thanks for the donations for those of you who are donating. I think on here I get a notification. I just hit the heart. So my other phone, this platform, I don't get a notification for the Cashapp thing. So I just hit the heart. Hopefully you received it back. I didn't look at the names or nothing. It just says it says Cashapp, and it says your name, but the way this phone is just saying something, this 815 is weird. That's all I gotta say. All right. I gotta get the screen fixed on the other one. That way I go back to my original number. Unless I turn it off, then I get. But I gotta take it to the place so they can transfer everything. And you know, a new number is a new number. You know what I mean? It's not like a lot of people use it to call anyway. So, which is beneficial to me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I want to read this right quick. I know there's many different patents I've been able to pull up, but I want to pull up this one patent, all right? And that's US 6506148-B2. Inventor Louis Hendricks G. Yeah, you already know. Country, United States, which is not a country. They got to keep people debilitated and stuck in a fictional state of mind. All right, this is between 2001 and Grant 2003. Which would be the 6-month first day and the first month 14th day. All right, description. This webpage summarizes information in PubChem about patent US 6506148-B2. This includes chemicals mentioned as reported by PubChem contributors, as well as other content such as title, abstract, and international patent classification (IPC) codes. All right, to read more about this page, and you can go to PubChem for those who want. That's what we're on right now, is PubChem. Okay, this is legitimate. Okay, government site, patent summary. All right, in abstract, physiological effects have been observed in the human subject in response to stimulation of the skin and weak electromagnetic fields, that are pulsed with certain frequencies near half hertz or 2.4 hertz. Remember that that is not at the level of, let's just finish reading, such as to excite a sensory resonance. Many computer monitors and TV tubes, when displaying pulse images, all right, emit pulse electromagnetic fields of sufficient amplitudes to cause such excitation to be excited or causing. It is therefore possible to manipulate the nervous system of a subject by pulsing images displayed on a nearby computer monitor or TV set for the latter, for those who don't get it. And the image pulsing may be embedded in the program material, subliminal, okay? Or it may be overlaid by modulating a video stream. So sometimes y'all are watching something and all of a sudden you see something come through there. Now, this can pick it all up, but because you're not nurtured in that and you don't know what to look for, it's just, and you are so stuck in the deep space of just watching what you're watching for whatever reason, okay? Excuse me. It may be overlaid by modulating a video stream either as an RF signal, all right, radio frequency, or as a video signal. Now, the image displayed on a computer monitor may be pulsed effectively by a single computer program, all right, and we all know what's going on with that, with AI, right? But certain monitors pulse electromagnetic fields capable of exciting sensory resonances in nearby subjects may be generated even as the displayed images are pulsed with subliminal intensity. So, have any of you ever been watching a movie and all of a sudden the screen goes bright? And if for some reason you pick it up the next 17 times that it happens, now you're an unwilling participant in something that is breaking you down, changing the nomadic field of your event horizon, your aurora, the reality of your etheric existence. Now, these things we've talked about over the last couple of weeks, well, week or so, right? And I always said, you know what? And I told you about the patent for the Black Plague and all that other stuff coming out of Ohio, this, that, and the other, the Spanish flu, all those things, but nobody wants to believe that. But if you can get rid of the majority of the soldiers who are in knowledge of knowing, but there's nobody to tell the story, all right? Ergo warfare and the subsequent consequences that happen from it, all right? Now, as far as the full text, you can go and pull that up, okay? Again, you can go and pull all that up on PubChem, all right? So I want to read a few other things here. Because you can Google patent researches all day for certain chemicals, vices, and everything else. 5G, 1G, 2G, 3G, the fact that we never needed them, any of them, okay? Now, this is in my notes, because y'all know me. I'm Mr. I like to keep a lot of notes, okay? Okay, agenda, sustainable development, blah, blah, blah. Report final, text note. There we go. Here we go. Brainwave frequencies, which are oscillations of electrical activity. Remember I said the Christ fluid, right? There's a reason why your brain, what does fatty tissue do? When you go and walk by an electrical field, or if you go and get zapped, what does it blow out? Through the fat by way of what? The fluid, right? And the muscle, right? Which is moved by electrical stimuli, right? So check this out. Brain wave frequencies, which are oscillations of electrical activity generated, firing synapses, generated by groups of neurons with similar firing patterns, can have different effects on the brain. Now, we look at gamma waves, right? The highest frequency brain waves at 30 hertz and up are associated with encoding and retrieving sensory information, okay? Alertness, focus, and memory recall. Higher frequencies like those found in upbeat music can also trigger the release of neurotransmitters like dopamine, which are associated with feelings of joy and pleasure, even in the reverse of anger, hate, sadness, mourning, whatever. Now beta waves, these brain waves run at 12 to 30 hertz, right over the 7 point, right, and 8, well over the 3.5 hertz, which is dire, not even the ground level. That's just some subhuman, whatever, and are linked to feelings of arousal, attention, and anxiety. Lower beta frequencies at 14 to 30 hertz below have also been linked to increased concentration and alertness, problem solving, and improved memory. You're getting back close on the opposite scale of things. You're getting back close to that resonating of the Earth's frequency and the trees and everything else. But now we get into alpha waves. These brain waves slow down to 8 to 12 hertz and are related to a more relaxed and passively attentive state, 8 to 12 hertz, as well as feeling drowsy. Alpha frequencies, 8 to 13 hertz, are also thought to encourage relaxation, promote positivity, and decrease anxiety. Alpha is one of the brain's most important frequencies for learning and using information, and it allows us to shift easily from one task to another. Now, how would you disrupt that? What do you think 440 and all that other stuff? What is it, 725 or whatever? There's a number of frequencies that are just should be banned, but these are the things they're utilizing. Now, you start getting from there, you get into the delta and theta waves, right? These low frequency waves are linked to delta and theta states, which can boost relaxation and improve sleep. Lower frequencies, and this does not expand that. These closed, see that corner? There's no energy release. There's energy containment. Now, I told y'all about lead paint. It blocks all the theta and all that stuff and beta, right? Check it out. Such as the soothing hum of a cello can introduce a state of relaxation, even a harp, right? By encouraging the brain to produce these brain waves. How many of you ever went to the malls overseas or anywhere like that here in America where ladies out there playing a harp like in England? And I used to stand there, man, and if I had a little tingling, it went away. I just felt like, and the harp, I felt like I was mesmerized. You know what I'm saying? Back when I was in my 20s. Let's look at Isaiah 66:13, chapter 66:13 through 15. In the bibliography says, "As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted in Jerusalem." Is that a state of mind, a state of being, or a place? "And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice." It didn't say your head will rejoice, because y'all think with this. Your heart knows its place. All right? Most people are misdirected. They're chemically lobotomized. Frequencies got them jacked up, and they've accepted the role they play and their livid stupidity. It doesn't matter if it's some fake-ass Jews children being taught to be beasts and then given all these little secret things as if it's contextual, and they're not even of Shem by the narrative. Okay, this is how stupid and easy it is to program little monsters to keep on the fake validation of what they do. So anyway, "And when ye see this, your heart shall rejoice, and your bones shall flourish like a herb." Do you understand that? How many of you have grown herbs? The benefit, the healing factors. All right, and what frequency are they? Do they materialize as? With seeds and everything in soil, proper soil, not poison. Around 8 hertz, right? Your heart shall rejoice. Remember that, and your bones shall flourish. That means many. And the hand of the Creator shall be known toward his chosen, and his indignation toward his enemies. They won't know it. But if you choose to be the enemy of creation itself, what do you think is going to happen? Nothing. Okay? Yeah, keep believing that. That means you lack knowledge and knowing. And you're going to get exactly what you got coming. Now, in here, I can read a slap load of information as far as the full text and all that stuff. I believe that is more than enough in Kim and PubChem. And then there's other, excuse me. Let me pull this one up. I don't know why it's moving so slow. So, method and device for implementing the radio frequency hearing effect. All right, this is patent US 6470214B1. Inventor James P. O'Laughlin and Diana L. O'Rowley. All right, Air Force, United States Air Force. Abstract: a modulation process with a fully suppressed carrier and input preprocessor filtering to produce an encoded output for amplitude modulation. That's AM. Amplitude modulation, because I know a lot of you never knew that, right? Modulation. And audio speech preprocessor filtering. Intelligible subjective sound is produced when the encoded signal is demodulated using the RF hearing effect. Suitable forms of carrier suppressed modulation include single sidebands, this is SSB, whenever you're looking for some of you to check your to see what the frequency at, if it's too dangerous and you need to get outside, right away from it, it's going over 65 or 70 and hitting 80, you'll see as far as a hidden SSB. Why is it hidden? Okay, this is your fake ass government. And carrier suppressed amplitude modulation, which is the CASM, and y'all see that too as well, with both side bands present. Now, it won't give a specific. It might give numbers and this, that, and other, but you will see the SSB and you will see the CSAM. It's just not telling you where because they're hidden. Okay? They're not hidden, but they just don't need you to know where they're circumventing or coming from. All right? So, a method of encoding an input audio signal, AT, is to produce a double sideband output signal having a carrier frequency. Y'all know what that is, right? Come on. Which would, when transmitted to the head of a receiving subject, will by the radio frequency hearing effect induce a thermal acoustic signal in the bone tissue material of the head that replicates the input audio signal and is conducted by the bone tissue structure of the head to the inner ear, where it is, the cochlear bone, all 3 bones in the right. It is demodulated by the normal processes of the cochlea and converted to nerve signals which are sent to the brain, thereby enabling intelligible speech to be perceived by the brain as any other nerve signal from the cochlea, and the method comprising. Now, applying an input audio signal, all right, to an audio pre-distortion filter with an ASF, right, which is all based on filter functions and stuff, okay, to produce a first output signal, all right, adding a very low frequency bias, A, to the first output signal to produce a second output signal, all right, again, based on what I was stating before, it's a mathematical breakdown. You don't need to be bothered by that. You need to understand what's going on. Applying the second output signal to a square root processor to produce a third output signal. This is getting deep, right? Applying the third output signal to a balance modulator to produce a double sideband output signal, all right? When you get into the sin waves, right, but the disruption, right, and higher, where C is the carrier frequency, transmitting the double sideband output signal to the head of the receiving subject. The method claimed wherein the AS filter function step further comprises the step of de-emphasizing the high frequency content. All right, the method of claim one wherein the further step of suppressing one of the sidebands of the double sideband output signal is done, resulting in a signal sideband modulation transmission, distortion, and disruption. To go and stop your natural balance and in secret disrupt your natural rhythm and frequency. And this is what you get. So, what? So we got the idiot here. No, just go ahead and remove the dumbass completely, man. You know, they don't have to be here, bro. Hide them from the channel. They go let them make about 50 more what you call it. You know what I'm saying? Just remove them. Just remove them, because this is some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? And if they ain't about that, you know what I'm saying? Fuck them. All right? Just get rid of them. If they saying anything stupid, I'm not entertaining them today. Just get rid of them. This is some important stuff. They're already fucked, mind fucked. All right? So get rid of them. Hide them from the channel, beloved. All right? So what we're dealing with, and this is the Air Force, right? This is what we're dealing with when we're talking about all these high frequencies and everything else. Now, is it the Air Force per se Air Force? No, obviously there's people who serve in the Air Force, and we know them who know nothing of this. This is the individuals, the groups, as we read when they're talking about Will Cooper and this, that, and other. Silent weapons for quiet wars. You know what I'm saying? And most people cannot even interpret this, and they think everything is normal. When I told you about the video, I know some of you weren't looking for it. We were able to find it. The TV was got a glitch in it. It's right there, and the kids, no sound, gets up, goes and gets his dad, boom, blows it right smack there. Not AI, nothing, real deal. And this is this is some time ago, y'all. This is over a decade ago, this video. Maybe over almost 2. I mean, the kid probably would be 34, 35 by now. But the thing is, nobody really gets what's going on. And they don't understand out there in the battlefields, there are individuals, contractors, civilians, you know how it goes, specially trained to fight and shit. And some of them go with these certain equipments out there, other than what's flying around. You have the EWA, the EWACs and all those kind of things flying around. It's not just for fighting an enemy. There are individuals that fly on aircraft that you might think is what you're used to seeing, and their whole mission statement is something totally different with a total different package of electronics. And this is what's going on around our world. Why do you think they're putting these thick cables and putting all these goddamn towers up? And now they're running around in the streets, a bunch of dumb natives who don't know no better because they just got big cables and they're told from a job just to go ahead and dig up the road and lay these cables and feed them through. They don't have a fucking clue, because it's not for the benefit of you or anybody else, but because people have been marginalized and they have no idea what's going on. They can't foresee this. And then when it's too late, hey, oh damn, I played a part. If they ain't already subjugated and terminated. The reality is, this is what you're dealing with. You dig what I'm saying now? I'm going to read this Book of Wisdom. We're not going to get too hyped into it, because by Joseph of Arimathea, transliteration by Desert Owl, the non-spoken word publications. You know, whenever people get hold of stuff and information, they go and they start manipulating and changing things. But I want to read this to you. It doesn't matter. Now, this is by Desert Owl. It doesn't matter whether you are on the inside or on the outside, because we are all doing time. And for some of us, it is hard time. And we will never get over the pain. So we will just have to learn how to deal with it. Pressure. What's the breakthrough? All right? It's narrative. It holds weight. Okay? Who established the first colony of Christian settlers, including the mother of Jesus in Glastonbury, England, who were all banished from Jerusalem years after the resurrection and the second coming of Yeshua, or Jesus, as the Talmudic Babylonian priesthoods, were seeking the wholesale annihilation of the royal family. What is the relationship between the Negro and the fucking Jew? Where you at, youngins? Come and open your goddamn mouths. Our sacred written history, a record. If man would like to know the great mystery of life and all of the secret wonders of nature, then he must climb that tall mountain. I've been to the mountaintop. Tall mountain of the many tears, from within this darkest valley of the dead who are walking. The book of Britannia. You know, I remember it was a couple of so-called Mongolian Native Americans talking about, I have family on the Trail of Tears. I started swinging on them. I don't advocate violence. It was two of them. I beat the shit out of them about Walmart in the back. I went over there to find Nathan to see if something. So I knew one, kind of. And so we started chatting. They were a little sipping. And a big mother. I'm talking about it's big. Which, I'm no small fry. And what I'm saying, hey, you said your great, I says, yeah, 5-0, great-grandmother, Lily Hooten, was on that fictional Trail of Tears. It's not what the fuck it was. With my so-called, her significant other, James Henry Wooten. And he says, yeah, and I was like taking it as a disrespect because there was no Navajo on the Trail of fucking Tears. Yeah, I had some relatives. And I says, oh, he's playing that. Oh, you must be black or something. Like, what the fuck? Now, he should know that I had my history's solid, more than theirs. They can't go back as far as me. And when he said that, I remember looking at him, and I remember looking around at the Grand Canyon. I just started whopping on him. And they was just trying to run away. I wouldn't let him. I kept tripping him. No, you're going to take, the only thing I said, y'all going to take this ass whooping today. And I see them now. They don't say nothing. They don't even look at me. They look away. And it was nobody there. There was no camera at the time. I think the camera's back there now because people pass away, falling off the cliff and stuff like that, jumping the fence because it's far way down back there. And yeah, like when you walking in a real truth, and we're not talking about those people who walk in a lie. Your position of how you see things and manifest differently. I could have easily walked away, but I needed to find Nathan. I was living on the res at that time, and Nathan was somewhere else with a bunch of, I don't know, people partying, whatever he was doing. Okay? So right here, the most significant book that is found in the entire Kalbrayon collection is the one called the Book of Wisdom. It was written with a special purpose in mind because Britain's Jah was also a foreign land. It was necessary to reassure the king Arviragus, okay, as well as the common people that all of them had come in peace, not with any intent of intruding within their own affairs, nor were they going to attempt to try to change any of their own customs, other than to introduce the greater light. And this is how the Book of Wisdom came to be, as it well describes the true character of this new people, while it then became a common letter to give reassurance to the people of that land, while at the same time it became the edification for all of the Christian community as a whole. Remember I told you about Christendom had nothing to do with religion, or this what we do, it was a cult. It was adopted and perverted. As well on this island, that's why whenever people like, Christ, George, oh, shut the fuck up, I can't stand you mindless dweebs. As well on the island were a people called the Druids, and these were the direct descendants of the lost 10 tribes of Israel, Yisrael, who escaped from the Assyrian captivity in the east. This is the fucking east. They were also waiting in anticipation for the coming of the Messiah of the Christ, the awakening, the anointing of self, and readily accepted this new faith. So, who? The sun and the many stars beyond our sun, earth, and the many planets beyond the earth are all held together. Now, what is planets? Plane and extraterritorial. Remember that. And many moons and so-called stars over each, encompassing the one great globe, while we have our separate partition. It could be a what do you call it? A prison planet, by land, not by default. By the thoughts and the great power, Yahweh, or Elo, the Elo, Yahweh, God, as the one. These are all the greatest monuments that are all ever presenting his never-ending, radiant, and glowing great light that moves light frequency, that moves throughout all time. All things that are living, that move, breathe, and vibrate, all have their place and their purpose, all within the one domain, on the one creation of life. In the light of creation, man can find the great man, not human or mankind, can find the greatest joy within the eternal halls of this great house. Yet never attach your heart unto any of the earthly possessions. Never take it into mind. Never be contempt or contemplate. Don't have to be irrational. Therefore, you don't have to be rational. There are normal states. This is what I've been mentioning to you. I know it's a hard thing to swallow, because when we listen to people read, or when we read things, we don't really know how to interpret. So we misinterpret, and then we make this solemn oath with partial lies. That is not a way to be fulfilled. Here a man may desire to live for 100 years, and he may even attain this. But to what benefit are these extended years for him, if they do not raise up the soul into a greater height? Where is there, which is ascension? Height. Yeah. Here is where there will always remain a horror-vanquished region within the outer darkness of the perpetual night, the Jannah. Here within this shadow of the death, so that anyone who turns away from the life of the great sunrise, or the light as it is found shining down upon earth, will most certainly walk blindly within it. Here is where they will remain, down upon this lower plane, participating within the dark natures, the Jannah, okay, of a demigod. The blind leading the blind. Collins, Pepe, it don't matter, the Rockefeller, Ralph, they all work for another monkey, a greater monkey, leading the blind down into that darkness of a grand deception and destruction. The soul meaning, the center of knowledge. Is that not light, which is steeped from frequency? Isn't sound faster than light? Absolutely, but what is sound? It resonates to create that form of light. Or it doesn't have to resonate at all and be an abode of darkness, an abyss, a gulf. If visited by sorrow or any affliction, a man should not mourn his loss. It's a waste of fucking T-Y-M-E or T-Y-H-M-E, time, by the truth of his existence. For these should be the means of drawing him ever closer into the embrace of divinity. They are always meant to strengthen his spirit and develop his spirituality, his source. No man has any right to expect an untroubled life, and one who has passed half a year without trouble or affliction has already received ample reward for living and should not ask for more. Sorrow is the purging agent of the spirit, and suffering is the flux that is merging man with our divinity, pressure. They also help to distinguish pure love from pretend or selfish love, for those who abide in that word. For pure love is in the unquenchable fire, which the waters of tribulation cannot put out. I mean, how is the God gonna come to Elohim's and be in a burning bush? But they want you to believe burning is the place that you will be in some hell to which they create, and you, because you become stagnant because of their magic, refuse to come up out of. You refuse to fight. This is not a one-track pony show. I've been staying on point because I knew that things would be relinquished and I would be guided. And every time I pick up a book that I had not looked at, I flip the page to a page and it's standing out in front of me. Do you have to, I want to know, whenever things happen, do y'all have to figure it out? That's where you defeat yourself. That's called self-defeatism. Then you bring these emotions in that don't help nothing. Because you mourn, you find sorrow and this empty feeling. Is that nurturing? That is not something from nothing. That is just something for more, something for more, something, because you have been antiquated with this, with these fake ass, what do you call them, people that sell you the damn casket, and they set up everything so people could walk in there crying and shaking their booties now, or they put your dead ass and bomb body up and set it up on a motorcycle or in a car, you know, all this stupid stuff. And people have been purged of their real self, and they have antiquated themselves with further ongoing supremacy of defeatism. That's right. supremacy, false supremacy of the fetus. Stop mourning, motherfuckers. Stop seeking more dead or expecting more death, speaking and giving energy to it. Allow yourself to be as you were meant to be in your existence, not in purgatory, which 99.99% of you move in. You walk with the dead. And is the dead truly dead? So what are y'all doing? What are you waiting for? I was telling what's the name here when I cashed your check. I said, yo, next month might even be a paycheck. I plan on being out this month. Fatigue get here, like you said, because I'm bagging up a few things. I got a lot of clothes to take over these churches and this, that, and I'm just on my back. I'm ready to start getting, hey, doors open, put the little signs out. Come on about whatever the fuck you want. Everything got to go. I ain't talking about no yard selling all that goofy shit. Motherfuckers are trying to pay a light bill. Fuck all that. No, I am getting rid of this shit because it is meaningless. It has no, there's no fake gravity. Or you could say I have gravitated to something. That means been drawn in, right? Well, I have none of that. None. I'd rather be with 20 t-shirts, 15 tank tops, 7 pairs of drawers, 20 pair of brand new socks and wool ones for the winter, and sweats and jeans, and get the fucker suit, fuck all that fake ass worldly shit, all right, and be about doing something different, getting dirty. You feel me? The only expectation is no expectation. To metastasize whatever I materialize, that means to grow it. With people who have like minds because their will is theirs. You dig? We still got the idiots coming to try and say something stupid, as usual. Hey, what's up, faggot Dan? How you doing, faggot? Big ass Jew, nigga. Oh, you might be one of them Kappa 5, Sigma 5 frat niggas, one of them rainbow niggas. You know, looking at BET awards, right? Well, you know a lot of the Peckerwoods do it anyway, because y'all motherfuckers are just dead anyway. Looking at Busta Rhymes with his cum-filled stomach standing up there talking about, and when I had my first son, when leaders of the new school kicked me out because he was trying to touch them all, right? And then I had my 6, and I got 5 of them here, and the ones at home, my youngest, and yeah, you're like a booty bandit. Fuck out of here. Nobody's got time for that messed up, screwed up world. This is not hate. But we're not going to venerate, we're not going to allow ourselves to further be part of that sump that sucks you in and keeps you at the bottom of the fucking lake. Where when they drain it, they find all these human skeletons. Oh, so that's where Mary went. We lost her 5 years ago. And y'all been eating the fish out of the lake. And there's little John Joe, and he never let go of his tricycle. That they threw him off the curb. Listen, man. Do the research, man. If you think I'm making up stuff, that is imbalance. It is not about perfection. The light doesn't shine in the majority. You dig what I'm saying? Yes, Lake Lanier. That's 1 out of about 27. Like I told you, they murdered a lot of our people. We're the original people of this land. It doesn't matter what people think or believe. Nobody cares no more. I've been all through so-called Central America. That's not even its fucking name. And I've been to the statues and seen the paintings on the walls. And it showed nothing but Negroes, braids, this, that, and other. It don't show the new breed of composite individuals who have dismissed their origin based on what they were subjugated to by these motherfucking Gujars, who came and conquered the people, just like they did in Ireland and Scotland. Yet I side mostly with Ireland and Scotland and certain parts of South America and some Central America, because, you know, it's not because I have, you know, children in Brazil or whatever, or not because I have relatives in Costa Rica. It's because the reality. There's so many people living a fucking line and they're wondering what's going on, what's all this turbulence. And the people are attempting to fight and make it through this, but you still have this obscure, this scar, just like we do here with these worthless niggas. All right? Everywhere it's got worthless fucking niggas who don't know their truth. They think they're valedictorians, and they're nothing but obscured lies. Nothing to be mourned, nothing to be cried about, nothing to be circumvented. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was no such thing as Christopher Columbus. That was a bust, a worshiping thing. All right? The name was Hernandez Zarco. Ferdinando Hernandez Zarco, whatever the fuck his name was. And he was as dark as fucking midnight with all his relations. You know, they tried to push this fake-ass Christopher Columbus so they could push the fake white narrative. And they say, oh yeah, but his interpreters were black, like crayon colors. These motherfuckers, until y'all realize you're living a lie, it doesn't matter where you are, you're going to be stuck there. And if you're all right with that, I'm all right with it too. I have no emotions or feelings bound to any of this shit. I'm going to speak what may be relevant to a truth. My thing is, either you're going to rise and ascend, regardless of what may, if you're contemplating rage, war, then there's no divinity. How can you sit there expecting to have divinity of self? It doesn't matter if you masturbated and slept with a handful of women. That shit's meaningless. What matters, if you're eating pork and shit, listen to me, is what you're doing with this right here and this. That's why they're attempting to kill this and conflict and confuse this. So you become the shell, the husk of what your existence is. Is it making any sense? They found the simplest way and have everybody look in the most complex ways. Right now in America, you have motherfuckers while they playing, showing you these great Olympic athletes. You motherfuckers are watching junk food and sodas and all this bullshit on TV. You're going to go out and eat all this poison, toxic shit. All right, because you don't marginalize, you don't fast, you haven't found a way, you haven't listened or done anything different to change the way you think, the way you process your thoughts. And then you motherfuckers want to come over here and think you know what the fuck you're talking about. First, you have to accept the first rule, which is not a role play, that you don't know shit. And then turn it another way. Yeah, y'all know what to get rid of that retarded motherfucker right there. It's all a fake account, another fake ass Jew. I always say fake Jew because that's what the fuck it is, and that's who's controlling the narrative while you got these little geek monks running around. You know what I'm saying? Engine Radio, what's going on, beloved? And people say, well, Red, you talk like that, but then you say the Native Americans are your brothers. They are our brothers. What the fuck is wrong with you? They haven't been here nowhere near as long as us. I told you when they arrived here and how they were betrayed. And that was in the fucking late 1800s and early 1900s. They weren't here no 1,000 years, 100 years before that. The fucking information's there. Just people are scared to research this information. That's why I have a plethora of it. Cure Meal sharing it with you. Danes and shared shit too. And a number of other individuals have laid the shit out. People don't want to hear that. It's not our problem. I'm not caught up in the perpetual feelings and emotions of fucking unbiased and biased fucking stupidity. You know what I mean? Jason, what's up, beloved? Like I said, on this land, there were light-skinned and dark-skinned brothers and sisters. Not the same that came later on. The fake Jews would be considered the pilgrims, the liars of history. And they were the pilgrims everywhere that started the destruction. And it's circumvented, and yet they've been stopped numerous times. But here we are, they've had time to conspire and work with things y'all don't know nothing about. You can only envision by watching fucking Hollywood. And I tell you, there are things that we used to communicate who even feared us. And here y'all are right now. You got Tubbalard, sacks of shits, monkey boys, this, that, and that in mama's basement. Children who don't know that they're conflicted. Don't worry. Whatever's going to be is going to be with them. And it's fucked up. But the reality is if they turn face and change the narrative, then they'll start seeing different. But what you're going to have is you're going to have a bunch of grown-ass, diaper-wearing monkeys. People who like to hug up on the back of men. You know, grabbing their fur on their chest and all that other nasty, weird shit. And they want you to accept them, but not accept your truth. Man, fuck them. Don't give them no time of day. Don't inspire yourself to think you're winning something when all you're doing is further pushing yourself further away from your truth, your ascension, your divinity. Fuck them. Let people like me, who actually has cause and effect, who knows how to do some shit. I ain't here to stop nothing, but I can sure fuck a whole lot of shit up. And that's how that's going to fucking work. So if they got the sickness and the disease of those locked away in a shell, playing with computers, and they've conditioned, and they're buying into doing what they do, so what? All castles and fake kingdoms have to fall. You know what I'm saying? Real Native Americans come from us. It's simple. Exactly. I don't know. You want to change your nationality for what? Fuck you want to change your nationality for? There you go, one of them outside individuals. Make that make sense. I know today a lot of people have ADHD, whatever the fuck, right? And they really don't comprehend. I can dig it. But here, it's not the place for that. I don't give a fuck about nobody's fake ass nationalities when everybody's identity is bullshit. Every one of them. Every one of them. Bullshit. And people say, well, through conquering war, which is abnormal. So you're saying because war, situated and created, makes the stable different? So you just brought a horse with 12 legs in, huh? And that's what the horse is going to be now. Like, fuck out of here. I like to see people who are intelligent. And then I like to see the people who want to play a game. Because it tells me who's going to be and who's not. You know when they say the meek and the humble? Well, the system has created a world of stupidity. And then they've tasked them with a job, and they think the job is beneficial. Okay? If you believe that what you do is going to accrue something to be beneficial, that you're going to be rewarded and you're going to win, I don't give a fuck if you have 5 tails, motherfucking 20 eyes, your ears are turned inside out, and you walk at motherfucking 20 feet tall. I don't give a fuck. The reality is simple. It's real fucking simple. It's not complicated. Not at all. Study up on frequencies. Where you stay at. Now if you're in a place that's free and your frequencies and you're still performing like a fucking idiot, well, that speaks volumes about your existence. You dig? So with that being said, I hope y'all was able to get something from it. I hope that it was beneficial and meaningful. You know what I'm saying? And share it with some people. You know what I'm saying? Share it and become more informed. You know what I'm saying? Become much more informed. You dig what I'm saying? Because you know what they say about the ill-informed, right? Well, you can see them by you can tell them by the deeds of their work. Okay? So I was going to read some more scripture, but I chose not to. I have my apocrypha here. I highlighted some things. I can save that for another time because there's some beneficial shit in there. You just got to be able to interpret it because a lot of things in there is talking directly to each individual. You know, people are still having a hard time with me saying Elohim is plural. It means gods, meaning y'all, man and woman. Okay? And until you rise to the occasion to stop playing the fucktard game with the dummies who believe they're winning without knowing, except for what they've done, their rationale is commendable only by the traits of how they operate. You motherfuckers are operating under that guise. Paperwork and changing this, that, and other doesn't fix that. You got to put boot to ass if you want to manifest something different. That's why they keep pulling out all these new technical weapons and everything and supplying dumb motherfuckers because they keep thinking it's about payback. Not one of them motherfuckers is intelligent over there. Not one. So they're in the deep dark place like those who came here believing in the fake narrative painted before them. So when they make their escape, motherfuckers are here fighting and getting slaughtered. Now that's what's going to happen. Doesn't matter who they allow to train tanks and drones and all that shit, and they start strategically bombing and people riding down the road blowing their cars up and all that. You better believe this motherfuckers is ready at any moment to take flight. Doesn't matter about the Chinese armies out here training with mercenaries and all that shit out here in the deserts over here. It's you stupid motherfuckers who have no idea, no clue, because you're contemptuous. You're caught up in your fictional narration. And you refuse to remove yourself from it, so you create your own predicament, your own environment. That is nothing about uplifting, ascension, or anything. If your servitude is to the darkness, to the Jannah, then most of y'all can stay there. There has to be a time to rise above the occasion. All the time out here in Cali, all these damn foreigners walking around here, I always get this weird ass look, because it's like they seeing a ghost when they see this real yell. And listen to this. What do you do when the pool's cold and you want to get in but you're afraid to jump in? Don't you put your little pinky toe in there? You test it, right? You test the water. Right now, these motherfuckers, look at that motherfucker from what you call that stabbed them 3 little babies. Right? Look at here. When the motherfucker murdered that little girl. Now, there's motherfuckers walking around with the, and they shooting motherfuckers. I ain't here to talk about that. I don't advocate violence. There's no need to. It's your daily life. And they want to hide with this Reverend so-and-so and da-da-da-da. Look at this here. Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Let me read this to you. This is for you dumb motherfucking liberals. I like when y'all come here. I wish some of y'all would come in a caravan and come and meet me. I really do. I really, really do. So let's go ahead and read this shit right here, all right? President Trump restored funding and increased, we know who's done it, but and increased investment for historically black colleges, HBCUs, at about 14%. Excuse me. The Trump administration provided more than $500 million in loans to HBCUs, the very ones who teaching Marxism and everything else and beat stupid ass out of Africa niggas, through the Capital Financing Program. That's the CFP program. President Trump worked with HBCUs to protect $80 million in the Title III carryover funding. President Trump signed the Future Act into law. Hello, that foreigners are fucking using, like a bunch of Hindu fucks, which permanently funds HBCUs and simplifies the FAFSA application. Now, in 2018, President Trump signed a budget deal which forgave more than $300 million in debt owed by 4 HBCUs impacted by natural disasters and provided $10 million in loan payment deferments for schools that face financial difficulties, including HBCUs. A lot of us who had big so-called college, this shit was taken down to fucking zero overnight. President Trump worked with Congress to lift the ban on Pell Grants on summer classes. And you know who initiated that, right? President Trump called on Congress to pass school choice legislation to expand educational opportunities for all American children, especially those in our nations and the cities. President Trump's FY fiscal year 2020 budget called for $500 million in federal funding for school choice, and in 2018 he signed legislation increasing school choice funding by $42 million. The Trump administration proposed the Education Freedom Scholars and Opportunities Act. Trump campaign press release, and this is facts based on fact checkers. President Trump signed the historic First Step Act into law. 90% of those who have had their sentences reduced are black Americans. First Step Act shortens mandatory minimum sentence for nonviolent drug crimes. The law allows offenders sentenced under racially motivated mandatory minimums to petition for reevaluation, and President Trump launched the Ready to Work initiative, which helps release prisoners gain meaningful employment. And President Trump has proposed the Second Step Act to partner with corporate America to create opportunities for former prisoners to rejoin society, which was working very fucking well until you got faggots like Newsom and this fake mayor fucking in New York, that African nigga, and so forth. Like you had motherfucking Lori Lightfoot, a nigga mayor, right? A sellout to her own people. Lori Lightfoot. Make it make sense with a goofy ass lesbian ass self. Black Americans are seeing unprecedented levels of economic success with record low unemployment rates, more jobs and higher incomes. Hey Georgia, how the fuck you forget that? Oh, that's right, you're too busy scissoring each other and men booty bopping one another. Over 1.4 million more, Saucy Santanas came up out of nowhere. Over 1.4 million more black Americans have found a job between President Trump's election in February 2020. Black poverty reached a historic low in 2019. Fucking facts. President Trump designated 8,760 opportunity zones that are projected to spur 100 billion in private investment in minority communities when we're already still the biggest fucking spenders in America. Why the fuck y'all don't come together? Because you're still dealing with these HBCUs he funded, not knocking, all right? And these fake ass church motherfuckers who are greedy, want to pay their bills, and they feel like they earned it, and fuck you. The Trump administration established a fund to deploy $1 billion in capital funding for minority-owned businesses through the Commerce Department. And then, you know, when they got him out, well, the PPP loans came along, and they jumped right on you dumb motherfuckers, these liberals. President Trump called on Congress to pass school choice legislation to expand educational opportunities for all Americans. That means trade schools back in work, especially those in our nation's inner cities. And you already know about the fiscal year 2020 budget called for $500 million of federal funding for school choice, and in 2018 he signed legislation increasing school choice funding by $42 million. Addition, and the Trump administration proposed education freedom, scholarships, and opportunity acts to which Chinese, Hindus, and everybody else fucking got into that most niggas were still following the liberal fucking dick. There's more. See, they don't want to have that real fucking conversation. They want to look like the dumb Karens and Kens, the dumb bastards they are. The racists, the motherfuckers who would bring down the Marxists and the so-called running around with dumb niggas in tow now. Especially in California and Washington, motherfuckers walking with that shit, talking about sickle and hammer and all that other dumb shit. Who's educated these stupid motherfuckers? How come y'all don't go to the colleges and see these teachers and sit down and say, what the fuck are you doing to my great beloved America, seeing how y'all like to call it America? And what about you dumb racists in the Republican Party, you retarded motherfuckers? The majority of you walk around with a rebel flag, motherfucker. You ain't caught here until 1909 and 1940. You monkeys weren't even on this soil. Because I challenged the motherfuckers here. I said, tell me your family history. You got pictures, you got a big old house. And I'm in there, so who was that? Oh, yeah, that's my great in England before they came. Oh, on the fucking boat, Ellis Island, huh? Oh, you come out way of Russia, motherfucker. And I talk like that to him. What do you mean? Why you got the rebel flag? Well, it's because you think it means white power. No, that's a nigger flag. Fuck you. Fuck you mean. And that's why it's hard to find the original one, because that was the one they tried to burn and destroy. It had black land, Shiloh, and Blackamoor, Shiloh, and, you know. When you're talking about the real fucking Alabama fight in 18 or 16, right? Motherfuckers don't want no truth. They like the little snitbits and shit they get, mem doctors, and all these goddamn peckerwoods, these fucking ass, stupid ass fake Klansmen. When I told them that it was a Jew that created the Ku Klux Klan, the motherfuckers, when I gave them the name, it's like, oh, but you know, shut the fuck up. Even the fucking witch card front coming out of motherfucking Boston and New York, that cracker that made that shit a Jew. So there you go. There you go. Frequencies. You can manipulate and control your own frequencies. They're going to keep doing what the fuck they're doing. But you got to know how to channel in on this motherfucker. You got to know how to hum. So when you get to the point where you don't have to say it out loud, but and you think it's from your diaphragm, and you realize, no, it's already here. It's in the Rolodex. And you can feel it. Right now I'm doing it. And I feel it's the same feeling. My back's not sore. But the moment I go back to fucking sitting back, being lazy, crooked, you know what I'm saying? The body says, wait a minute, cuz. We was healing, and then you go back putting some pressure on some shit. So we're going to remind you. See, the body talks to you all the time. We just don't know how to fucking listen. But we're too busy listening to bullshit. Thinking without knowing that we're doing something that's beneficial. Yeah. Alright? Appreciate y'all. Hope y'all got something from that. Brothers and sisters, you know what you gotta do. Keep making fucking excuses. And it's going to be what it's going to be. And you ain't going to like the outcome. Because then when you get to the other side, you're going to go, that's all the fuck I had to do? That's it? What the fuck? And you're going to be stuck there. Attempting to figure out why it wasn't you just didn't take the chance. You created your own barrier. You created your own internal conflict. And then you rationalize and reason with something that was not there to reason and rationalize with. You are your own worst, and they established that. I'm not giving energy. I'm only pulling out a fact. You're your own worst fucking enemy. Seriously. And it's all out of fear. Fear of the blissful ignorance that you are arrogantly motivated and moving in. Quote that and put it on a fucking t-shirt. You better pay me because I have a poor man's copyright for that very statement. See you guys later.